Coming to you from FPA at Shannon Forest, Studio 404. This is Crusader Network News.
Good morning, Crusaders. I'm Landon Duvall.
And I'm Luke Freeman. Welcome to Crusader Network News.
It's Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. Here's your news from around the school.
A couple of weeks ago, children's author David Ira Rottenberg was on our campus to read one of his books to our K-3 through 3rd grade students.
The Carolina Dance Conservatory performed as he read Gwendolyn the Graceful Pig.
Afterwards, Nick Sayer talked with Mr. Rottenberg about being an author.
We haven't had a chance to show you some of the performance until now. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that day.
So let's meet Gwendolyn. Says Omar can't join the team because he's too clumsy. Omar likes Come in, my dear, come in. I will teach you how to learn the dance. The greatest teacher of dance in the galaxy of dance. Then he will show the coach who can play football. Come here, Omar. Shyly, Omar steps into the studio. The quarterback sees an enormous
love to read. So since I love to read so much, I started writing, and I saw a report card from the 4th grade that I like to write stories to entertain my friends. So that's what got me started always reading and writing stories for a friend.
What's the best part of being a writer?
Okay. Well, particularly when you're writing children's books, well, the first thing is when you first get the idea, and then you really like the idea. The next thing is when you finish the first draft, and then the next good, exciting thing is when the book is finally finished, and then when the illustrator draws all the pictures, and you see it all laid out. Those are all some of the most exciting moments of writing books.
Thank you for coming here and reading this book.
Okay, well thanks very much for having me. I really enjoy coming here. The school is very beautiful, and children made a wonderful audience.
It looks like the kids really enjoyed the story. And since we are talking about books, this is Book Fair Week.
Mrs. Malone planned some fun events to go along with the book fair. Yesterday was Donuts with Dad, and today is Book Character Day, and tomorrow will be Muffins with Mom.
We had an amazing turnout for Donuts with Dad. Let's check in with some of our students and dads as they look for just the right book to purchase.
This, and I've been waiting for book fair.
This one's for my sister, and me and my sister will have Pokemon books. And then I got this book because me and my sister watched the movie, and I like the Guinness World Record books, so I got this one.
Smart and Jen Malone here. We just want to say, whoa! We are so blown away by the Donuts with Dads turnout. It was unbelievable. Mrs. Smart right here rang up so many dads with their sons and their daughters and grandpas. We had grandpas. We had Mr. Dale Gilbert from WYFF News 4 who popped in. Donuts with Dale, right? So super fun time, so exciting. thank you for a great turnout. We really appreciate you guys. And we are looking forward to Thursday, Muffins with Moms, and all are welcome. Moms, grandmothers, aunts, whoever, come on for some muffins and more book fair shopping. Yay!
We had a great time eating donuts and shopping with our dads for some really great books.
The book fair is open the rest of this week from 7:45 to 3:15 in the multi-purpose room. Be sure to bring your family and shop, shop, shop. There's something for everyone.
You're right. Now on to some more school news. There will be no school on Friday, March 13th.
Penny Madness is coming up March 16th through 20th. So start saving your pennies now for this really fun competition.
This event supports one of our school mission projects. You'll be hearing more about it soon.
The speech meet is coming up on Friday, March 27th. Aren't you going there?
Yes.
Cool. Students are preparing now for that event.
Looking ahead, our spring break is April 10th through 19th.
If you love soccer, baseball, golf, and track, then you'll love our Crusader spring sports season.
Our track event started up last week, and soccer and baseball get started next week.
You can check out the full schedule of our sports events at firstpressacademy.com. Be sure to come out and support our teams.
Go Crusaders! Now it's time for our birthdays. Here's Anna Ballinger with that report.
We have a few birthdays to announce this week. 5th grader Joshua Godsey and K3 teacher Misty Zhang will celebrate their birthday tomorrow, March 5th. 1st grader Gerard Ellis has a birthday Saturday, March 7th. And 3rd grader Amani Thompson turns a year older Tuesday, March 10th. Happy birthday!
Thanks, Anna. Be sure to see your teacher for one of these really great birthday pencils from your friends at Crusader Network News.
We all love a funny joke.
Here's Amelia Carroll and Tyler Huffstetler to tell us something funny.
Hey Amelia, do you want to hear a funny joke? Sure, what is it? What happened to the leopard who had 4 baths in a day? I don't know. What did happen to the leopard who had 4 baths in a day? After a week, it was spotless.
That was pretty funny.
Now it's time for our survey question.
Here's Ella Grace Ballou to ask us, what do you think about that?
Each week on Crusader Network News, we survey our students and teachers about some pretty interesting topics. A couple of weeks ago, we asked you about your favorite way to present a project at school. A written report, verbally in front of the class, or a visual such as a poster. Before we give you the results, let's hear what some students had to say about that.
I picked written report because I like to write reports about the right brothers.
I did a poster because I like drawing.
If I have a project to do on Crusader Network News, then I'm going to do it in a stand-up oral presentation because that's where I'm most comfortable. Some people feel better about writing something or making a poster, but since I talk for a living, standing up and doing a presentation would be the way I'd go.
I would like to show everybody what I learned with the poster. I did a poster because I like drawing.
Now here are the results. In a landslide victory, using a visual to present your project came in first place with 71% of the votes. A verbal report beat out written report by a very slim margin. Verbal report had 16% and written report had 13%. For the teachers, 83% chose using a visual and the rest picked verbal report in front of the class. Now here's the question for this week. Springtime is almost here. What do you love the most about spring? Beautiful, colorful flowers blooming everywhere, warm weather, or having an extra hour of daylight each day? Daylight savings starts this weekend, you know. Just fill out the survey paper your teacher gives you and turn it into Mrs. Seller's box by Monday, March 9th. So, beautiful, colorful flowers, warm weather, or an extra hour of daylight? Let us know. What do you think about that?
What do you think about that?
Thanks, Ella Grace. Was that Dale Gilbert from WYFF's new 4 weather?
It sure was. Apparently he was visiting our first grade classes to talk about weather, and he chimed in on our survey question while he was here.
That was cool. Thanks, Mr. Gilbert. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to choose for this week's question.
Me too. We have some pretty fabulous students, teachers, and administrators at our school, and we want you to know just how special we think you are.
Here's Margaret Devine to tell us about this week's
Awesome
Aid!
We have so many amazing students and teachers at our school. God created us all unique and special. It's our privilege each week to name specific students, teachers, or administrators we will pray for that week. This week's Awesome Aid students and teachers are first grader Naud Greenfield, K5 friend Dan Gardecki, first grade teacher Mrs. Samuelson, K5 friend Brianna Johnson, second grader Bryce Stevens, fifth grader Harper Whitworth, fifth grader Arthur Weber, and fourth grader Caitlin Wiley. Ask your teacher to post these names somewhere in the classroom to remind you who to pray for. You will also get one of these special pencils that say awesome on it, so you don't forget how special you are to God and to us.
That's our show for today.
Before we go, we want to remind you that Daylight Saving Time begins this Sunday, March 8th.
Don't forget to turn your clock forward 1 hour before you go to bed Saturday night. That's right, we're losing 1 hour of sleep.
Remember to always try your best and do everything in a way that brings glory and honor to God.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye!